What's up guys, Juice Messi here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to a daily dose of transfer gossip. Today's going to be Thursday the 11th of August and today we've got 12 confirmed transfers to get through guys. So before we start, as always, if you can smash 1,000 likes, that'd be absolutely awesome. If you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button for daily FIFA content and then comments below. What are your thoughts on today's rumours I stew in the next episode. And finally, if you missed yesterday's videos, they'll be down below in that description box guys. 8 AM transfers and after 9 PM is the second video of the day. Now let's start off with a confirmed deal. So first up, Christian Pesquato going to the Russian league, in particular KS Samara, and that is from the Serie A champions and giants Juventus on a loan deal. So every single season he's been at Juventus, I believe he's been loaned out every single year. And he's actually 27 years old as well. So this guy, he joined them back in 2008 from the youth academy until 2012 where they sold him to Udinese, I think it was, and they repurchased him back in 2014 and since then again been loaned out every single year. So essentially for the last 8 years be a loanee player. Personally, I don't understand it, but if you know, let me know down below in the comments, guys. So next up, we've got another player going to the same team in KS Samara. That's going to be the Nigerian striker, Jerry Mbakogu. He is an absolute monster, by the way, on FIFA Ultimate Team. So he's joined from Carpi, another Italian club, on a loan deal. So the Russian team have now got a new duo up front kind of thing, and quite a nice one for FIFA Ultimate Team, at least for this year. Next up, we've got a guy not on FIFA Ultimate Team, but he's very recognisable, Colton Cole. He's joined Sacramento Republic FC in the USL, which is the third tier in America behind the MLS and the NASL. He joined on a free transfer after being released by, I think it was Celtic. Next up, we've got Rolando Aarons signing a new deal at Newcastle until 2021. Former Manchester City defender and I think former Argentina international Martin Di Michelis has joined Espanyol on a free transfer. And of course, he was released by City at the end of June. Next up, we've got a guy called Al-Qatari going to Bastia on loan from, the club is going to be, let me just look that up, Palermo. Sorry, I've got a massive list in front of me. It's kind of hard to keep switching back and forth, but he's gone there on a loan deal for the season. Next up, we've got Isla going to Cagliari. That is from Juventus for £3.83 million after spending the last 2 seasons possibly on loan at Marseille. Then we got to Rafael van der Vaart, the former Spurs Real Madrid man, going to FC Midtjylland, I think it's in Denmark. And that's actually a really big coup for the club, because this guy, he's recognisable worldwide kind of thing. You go back 3 or 4 years, he was definitely one of the better players in the Premier League. Like 2012, he absolutely killed it for Spurs. He's joined them from the Spanish team Real Betis on an undisclosed fee, although I'm pretty sure it is a free transfer. Then we go on to Frank Atundi going to team in Turkey. That was a bit of a tongue twister, but either way, he has joined Kazımpasa from FC Zurich on an undisclosed fee. He's actually had a few informs over the last couple of FIFAs. Then we go on to Uche going to Gymnastic, and they're a second-tier Spanish club in the Liga Adelante, and that was an undisclosed fee from the Mexican giants Tigres. And the biggest one that went through today is Ashley Williams going to Everton from Swansea. Of course, he's now the former Swansea City captain, and I believe he's also the Wales national captain as well. So he's joined them for quite a reasonable fee, a very reasonable fee actually, of £9 million. That's the fee that Sky Sports said, but other sites on top of that are saying it's £12 million. But either way, 12 mil in this market, not bad at all. He may be turning 32 in a couple of weeks' time, but either way, he still reads the game very well, and they've got rid of John Stones for like 50 mil or very close to, and replaced him with a veteran centre-back that has a lot of Premier League experience and gets the job done. And I may have mentioned it, but that is a 3-year contract. The final one today has Wes Morgan on the screen. It's actually to do with the manager, Claudio Ranieri. And I mentioned in yesterday's video how he was in talks over a new deal, but he signed a new one now until 2020. And now we move on to the potential deals. And first up is one from Liverpool, as a player I've not ever heard of. So according to the Liverpool Echo, Liverpool closing in on the signing of former Barcelona defender Juanma following a successful trial. So again, not sure who he is, and not sure what position he plays, it just says defender. It does also say there that Juanma will sign subject to a medical and will go into the under-23 squad. And he is not considered a first-team option at present, so at this point in time, we'll be playing for our youth team. So I think was probably released by Barca recently, but again, not too sure. Now they go to the second player, Bastian Schweinsteiger. Sky sources understand the significant interest at home and abroad for Schweinsteiger. By that they mean in Germany and also other leagues. So the former Germany international has found himself outside of Jose Mourinho's 26-man squad for the new campaign. He's been made to train with the reserves, and he made just 13 starts for Man United last season as well. So he's not really fitting too well. Injuries and stuff have played him a little bit, but I think he deserves better. And it wouldn't surprise if he does go back to Bayern. Even if he won't play that much at Bayern, they'll definitely respect him a lot more. Then we go on to Fernando Forestieri linked to Derby. So Sky reported that Derby made a £7 million bid for Sheffield Wednesday striker Fernando Forestieri. But that bid was made yesterday. He scored 15 goals last season at Wednesday as they reached a playoff final. But overall, apparently, Wednesday have rejected it. And they haven't mentioned whether Derby will go back in with an improved offer. Now we go on to a player not a FIFA on the team. That is going to be Rodrigo Bentancur. I've probably butchered that name. This guy's a young player that currently plays for Boca Juniors. So according to Sky Italia, Rodrigo Bentancur is the player Milan wants to put in their midfield. Overnight, the first contact was made between the Rossoneri and also Boca Juniors, expressing their desire for the 19-year-old. Now a solution has to be found. The player is currently valued at 15 million euros, and Milan has still yet to overcome a small hurdle of Juventus having the first option to take him. And that agreement for him was actually part of the Tevez deal last summer. Juve have until April 2017 to exercise their right to purchase the player outright and will be able to match any rival offers. Boca have warned Juve of Milan's approach, and the champions now have to decide whether to match the offer or force the Rossoneri to up their stakes. So he's definitely considered a wonder kid, and whether he's at Milan or Juve next season, we'll have to wait and see. But either way, we'll be on foot next year, as currently I think he's 63 rated on head-to-head. And now a bit of an update regarding what I mentioned in yesterday's video. That's going to be Özil linked to West Ham. The Lyon president has revealed that West Ham have officially submitted a bid for the winger. The Keep reported on Wednesday that the Hammers had lodged an initial offer of 8 million euros or £6.9 million for the Algerian international. The 24-year-old impressed for Lyon in Ligue 1 last season, as he scored 8 goals and assisted on a further 7. So playing his part in 15 goals. Özil has 1 year remaining on his contract with Lyon, and all are revealed the club are trying to extend his deal. But if West Ham get him for 6.9 mil, that is not bad at all. Now we go on to Adnan Januzaj linked to Sunderland. Sunderland are also after 2 more United players in Paddy McNair and a guy called Love as well. But this guy wasn't mentioned yesterday, but today, according to Manchester Evening News, he is. And the article reads that Sunderland are closing in on a season-long loan move for Manchester United winger Adnan Januzaj, with David Moyes keen to resurrect the young Belgian's career. So at this point in time, he's a bit of a stalemate because he's not getting much game time. I don't think he played too much at Dortmund either when he went out on loan last season. He then got sent back or recalled and done the same at United. He just sat on the bench and didn't really play. So he needs first team football to progress, and I think it'd be a very good move for all parties. And I think David Moyes was actually the one that gave him his debut a couple of seasons back. Then we go on to Phil Jagielka, another player linked to Sunderland. And the Daily Express are saying Sunderland manager David Moyes wants to reunite with Everton defender Phil Jagielka, having coached him during his time at Goodison Park. And with Everton being linked to a lot of centre-backs at this point in time, including already purchasing Ashley Williams like I mentioned earlier, Jagielka, he's slipping down that pecking order. And I think he turns 34 next week, so he's not getting any younger, but would bring in some quite good valuable experience to that Sunderland back line. Although they do currently have players like John O'Shea, but this one could be part of the next deal. That is going to be Lamina Kone linked to Everton for the second day in a row. According to Sky sources, Everton have agreed a fee of £18 million for the Sunderland defender. But Kone is still training with Sunderland, and at this moment is still available for their season opener against Manchester City. I think his agent yesterday did mention how he's potentially waiting for a new deal with Sunderland. Now that we go on to Mahmoud Dahoud linked to Paris Saint-Germain. According to The Guardian, PSG had a €40 million offer for Gladbach's 20-year-old midfielder Mahmoud Dahoud, rejected earlier on during this summer transfer window. And there were a couple of rumours today going around that apparently Dahoud had an €8.5 million release clause next season, I think it was, but apparently his agent has come out and said that is not true. And he's very quick to deny the English newspaper about that rumour. Now we go on to Lucas Perez, again linked to Leicester. But Sky understand that Leicester have got a mild interest in the Deportivo striker. The 27-year-old Spaniard is currently valued around £12.5 million, according to reports in Spain. I did mention yesterday I've never seen him play, so I can't give any kind of judgment on that one, but Leicester, they need a lot of squad depth, given the fact they will be in the Champions League. So they'll have European football, the FA Cup, the Capital One Cup, as well as, of course, the main one, try and defend their Premier League title. They're also linked to the Brazilian wonder kid Gabigol, yet again, according to The Guardian. They're saying that Leicester have made a £23.2 million bid for Santos forward Gabriel Barbosa. The 19-year-old, who is currently playing for Brazil at the Olympics in Rio, is also thought to be attracting the interest from Juventus and Inter. And to be fair, he could probably add most of the big European teams to that list as well, as the big guns like Real Madrid and Barcelona have been linked before. Now we move on to Mario Balotelli. According to Corriere di Verona, Mario Balotelli has told his friends he'd be interested in a move to Chievo after it was made clear he has no future whatsoever at Liverpool. And I'm pretty sure I read something earlier saying the club president of Chievo has said that Balotelli was interested in a move as well. He also shares the same agent as Paul Pogba, so imagine he'll be getting even more money. Then we go on to Kostas Manolas. According to Gazzetta dello Sport, Barca have negotiated a first option clause over Kostas Manolas as part of the deal that saw Thomas Vermaelen go to Roma on loan. And if that is the case, they've actually put that into the deal. That's extremely clever by Barca, because there's a lot of big teams at this point in time interested in him. The likes of Arsenal and Chelsea are obviously the main ones, but a lot of other clubs, I imagine, would show interest. And no fee has been mentioned if there was like kind of like a buyout clause or whatever. By the way, very clever by Barca if true again. Now we move on to Oumar Niasse. I think he signed for Everton back in January for like 13.5 mil, and he only played like 150 minutes or so in the Premier League. So Palace apparently are holding talks with Everton over a season-long loan for Omoniassi. The 26-year-old failed to score a single goal after his £13.5 million January move from the Russian league. And you're probably fully aware that Everton are very close to signing Yannick Bolasie from Palace, so technically it could be part of the deal. And given the fact that Palace are currently only after a loan deal for Niassi, it makes you think that Benteke, it will still happen. Because selling Bolasie for 30 mil, getting Niassi on loan in the process, as well as getting Benteke, it's not the worst of business by them. I know the fees of Benteke and Bolasie are extremely out of proportion, but again, that's how the Premier League is working at this point in time. Then we got into Alexander Lacazette today. According to the Daily Telegraph, Lyon is said to offer Alexander Lacazette a new contract to end Arsenal's hopes of trying to sign him. They've also informed them that the asking price is now set to £60 million. Before, I think it's around 40 to 50. So they're definitely playing hardball over Lacazette's future. Then we go on to Mustafi, another player linked to Arsenal. Sky sources are saying that Arsenal's negotiations to sign Mustafi from Valencia are still ongoing. The Germany international, who could reportedly command a fee of up to £30 million, was left out of Valencia's squad for last night's friendly against the Nigerian All-Stars. Now, I'm not too sure whether it is to do with a transfer or not, because he's not been in training too long after returning from his holiday after Euro 2016. He then goes on to mention how Arsenal are currently struggling with injuries in pre-season with Gabriel and Per Mertesacker. Next up, we've got the PFA Player of the Year, Riyad Mahrez, linked to Arsenal again, according to multiple sources in France, especially L'Equipe. This one does have a part 2 though in just a second, as kind of like a bit of an update regarding the situation. So again, according to L'Equipe, Arsenal have seen a bid of £30 million rejected by Leicester City for winger Riyad Mahrez. Although the Gunners are set to improve their offer, but now a lot of British sources, including Sky Sports, are saying that Arsenal never made a bid for him. Reports in France yesterday lunchtime stated that Leicester had rejected an approach from the Gunners. However, that is not the case, and the Premier League champions are determined to keep hold of the PFA Player of the Year. So moving on from a couple of players linked to Arsenal, we now got the main man Mesut Özil linked to Real Madrid. Arsenal playmaker Mesut Özil would jump at the chance to return to Real Madrid one day, according to reports in Bild. But the German news outlet are also saying the player is pondering putting pen to paper on a new deal to remain at the Emirates. But Arsenal fans don't get too worried. I'm pretty sure Özil will be staying at your club for a couple more years at least. I mean, if Real Madrid do come knocking in, say like 2-3 years time, I'm assuming he would consider it. But at this point in time, again, I'm pretty sure he's kind of committed to the Gunners. But on the other hand, according to the Times, Arsenal have failed to agree new deals with Mesut Özil and Alexis Sanchez over the summer. So that might be something to keep in mind as well. The final one today is going to Blaise Matuidi linked to Juventus. According to Le Parisien, Paris Saint-Germain are prepared to sell Matuidi this summer, but only if a club matches their €50 million asking price. And Juventus are one of the clubs that are interested. So I think for this one, it's probably because Paul Pogba is gone. It may be like kind of rumoured for him, but honestly, I think right now, Juve's midfield looks absolutely fine. And that's because they already signed Pjanic from Roma for like 25 mil. And for that, that's one of the best signings of the summer. And I was literally just about to finish this video up, but a bit of news about Adnan Januzaj has come out. So a verified Sky journalist on Twitter did say Januzaj feels humiliated at being frozen out by Mourinho. He's refusing to use the under-21 dressing room, arriving at Carrington every single morning, already in his training kit. So make of that what you will, to be honest. I mean, it's quite a strange one. I think though, I can't see him remaining at United much longer. So there has been all taste potential transfers as well as confirmed stuff at the very beginning, guys. So as always, if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button. 1,500 likes would be absolutely awesome. If you're to my channel, click the subscribe button for daily FIFA content. Comments below with your thoughts on today's rumours I should do in the next episode. And if you wish to share today's videos, it's down below in that description box, guys. 8 AM transfers, and after 9 PM is the second video of the day. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.